Hey student, watch this video if you want to learn whether it's important or not to understand every single word from a listening material, an audio, a podcast, or any other listening audio material. Coming up. Hey friends, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. If it's your first time joining me, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to teach you. Consider subscribing. From Monday to Friday. I post English lessons to help you become a better English speaker. So let's get down to business. Today the video is going to be a little bit short. I'm always reading your comments and I noticed that this is a question that some of you have. Some of you share with me that you have trouble understanding native speakers. If you have more listening questions about improving your listening, let me know in the comments because then I can create more lessons for you. But basically, I got this question from some of you that wanted to know whether you had to understand everything or not. Should I focus on understanding every word, teacher? It's so difficult for me to understand native speakers. So if that's a problem you have, this video is going to answer some questions, okay? Now, understanding everything in an audio can become a problem, and eventually, whether you are a good listener or not, this will become a problem, okay? And why is that? English is not our native language, okay? So if you try to understand all the words in an audio, in a conversation, in a listening material, you will not necessarily improve your listening, okay? And let me tell you, many times when I am listening to a material in English, to a resource in English that is in audio, I don't focus on understanding every single word. I focus on understanding the ideas because remember, in English, words are combined with other words. If I focus on understanding all of the words, I'm going to be spending too much time trying to understand. And what's the problem here? If I don't understand one word during an audio, during a listening exercise, if I have this habit of constantly trying to understand every speaker, not every speaker, but every audio from any speaker, what is going to happen? At the moment I don't understand a word or maybe a short combination of words and expression, I will get stuck. And consequently, I will not pay attention anymore. I will be focusing on that phrase. And then what happens? You're not paying attention anymore. You're not being productive anymore because you got stuck in one word. And that's what I say here. If you try to understand all the words, you will focus a lot of your attention and energy on individual words. Okay? And sometimes some of these words that you are trying so hard to understand, you will not Can everybody hear me okay? I hope so, okay? Well, and if you, as I was saying, if you focus too much on understanding every single word, there are many words and phrases during an audio that you will not really need to understand the main message. So for example, when I am listening to a podcast, I listen to podcasts a lot. Every morning I listen to a different podcast. But my main goal is not to understand all the words because some words are not necessary for me to understand the speaker, to understand what he is saying. So many English learners, they get caught up in this idea that, oh no, it's too fast. The speaker speaks too fast. I don't understand everything he says. And we forget to focus on the big picture. And what is the big picture here? Understanding the message, understanding the subject, learning something from it. Today, I listened to a podcast that was 40 minutes long. 40 minutes is a lot, okay? And I didn't listen to all the words the speaker said, not just because of listening skills, but because of focus, my attention. I was not paying attention to everything he said, but I got the message. There were bullet points. He was talking about 5 points, and I was able to understand the 5 points. So, hey, congratulations to me. I understood the main message. That's what I wanted to do. So when you focus too much on understanding all the words to improve your listening skills, you're not really going to improve your listening skills. Okay, so not, and this is also very important. Some English learners believe that because they don't understand everything, they are not improving. No, just because you don't understand some words, some phrases, doesn't mean you're not improving, okay? So, not understanding certain words and certain expressions will not and should not interfere with your comprehension of that material, okay? It's an illusion to believe that you're going to understand every single word in your level. Now, in my level, I mostly understand why, if I'm not just why, but in what situations, if I am fully committed to the audio, okay? If I stop doing everything I'm doing and focus completely on the audio, then I will understand everything. But if I am listening to the audio and exercising or doing the dishes or cooking, I'm not, because I'm not paying attention. So it is possible eventually when you really master your listening skills, but not understanding words or expressions will not interfere with your listening comprehension. Okay, another and finally the answer here is no. Should you understand everything? No. Okay, and in the future I can make more videos to talk about listening comprehension, because improving your listening is something, understanding everything is another. Understanding every single word is much more connected to our perception of what fluency is, our ego sometimes of what we want to do, of what we want to achieve, than the communication per se, okay, than the comprehension itself. So here, my biggest message to you today, after reading many of your comments: teacher, I understand you, I don't understand native speakers. Native speakers are so difficult. Relax. You are improving your listening, okay? And if you are working on your listening skills, if you are dedicating yourself to improving your comprehension, you should never focus on understanding all the words. And here, I think I talked about this yesterday. Yes, probably. I don't remember because I'm making so many lessons. I tend to forget sometimes. But I'm always telling my students that you need to test what you learn. Okay, you need to test what you listen. So improving your comprehension is much more connected to what you remember after you listened than understanding all the words. Okay, so don't be worried about the number of words you understand. Be more worried about the number of the pieces of information that you remember. Okay, so from the audio I listened today, he was talking about why we procrastinate. It was a really nice lesson, and he used it our ancestors to explain why we procrastinated. And he gave some examples in the audio that I listened today, okay? And he gave some examples of what people did to survive in the like really old days, many years ago. And the opposite of what happens today. We don't need to survive anymore. We don't need to hunt food. Everything is convenient, everything is easy. Now, did he talk about more things? Absolutely. But I don't remember everything. And at the time, I didn't understand all the things he said because I was not paying attention. And many times, English learners who are listening to a podcast, watching a video, watching my video right now, maybe you are not paying attention at everything. Maybe you are listening to me and checking your phone, taking a look at things, and then you miss a word, an expression. a phrase. So your goal should not be to understand everything. Your goal should be to comprehend the important messages in an audio. And this is very interesting because my sister speaks English, and I was her first teacher, okay? And she shared with me that she was finally able to improve her listening when she stopped focusing on understanding all the words. And I was her teacher, so I gave her exercises. And in the beginning, she was very worried about understanding everything, and consequently, she got lost because there were so many phrases and so much information that she got lost. After I gave her some strategies and I talked to her about this that I'm talking to you today, she started changing her mindset and changing her attention, and she began to focus on the important parts, on understanding the ideas, getting some phrases here and there. After that, she began to improve her listening a lot, and today she speaks fluently. She works with English, she uses English at work. Does she understand all the words? No, but she understood, she realized that you don't need to understand all the words. In a conversation, in a meeting, you don't need to understand all the words, because if you do, if you focus on understanding every word, you will get stuck. Because maybe in a question, the person will pronounce one word very quickly. If you are used to trying to understand everything, you will get nervous, and consequently you may get stuck. So that's what I am trying to avoid here. I want to avoid you getting stuck in conversations, because if you focus on understanding all the words, you're not going to communicate. Okay? Now, your homework of today is simple. I want to make more videos about listening. I noticed that many of you guys have listening questions. So what more listening questions do you have? I want you to post in the comments, come back here, watch the replay, and post your questions, because they will help me make more videos. And if you enjoy listening questions, videos about listening, giving listening tips, hit the like button. That way you help me better understand the lessons you enjoy more. I noticed that you guys really enjoy the phrasal verbs lessons. That's awesome. Expression lessons, the grammar lessons. I'm really happy to know that you enjoy these lessons. So if the listening tips are lessons that you enjoy, hit the like button, because that helps me understand what you like, what you want to see in this channel, because this is your channel. You're the boss. And if you really enjoyed the lesson of today, share this video with your friend. That helps me grow the channel, and the more people watch the video, the more people watch this video, the better. There you have it, my friends. Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow for another lesson. Bye bye.